Salut à toutes, salut à tous, c'est Arthur, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve dans un univers totalement différent. Vous avez l'habitude de me connaître avec Football Manager. On va jouer à Before Your Eyes. Alors vous le savez peut-être pas, mais bon, je joue beaucoup aux jeux vidéo à côté aussi. J'ai pas beaucoup de temps, mais voilà, ce jeu je l'ai trouvé sur Steam, une petite pépite avec des excellentes évaluations. Un jeu qui semble très politique, d'une heure et demie, 2 heures. On va découvrir une aventure. J'espère qu'on va se régaler ensemble. Écoutez, sans plus attendre, on va se plonger là-dedans. Je me suis pas spoil, donc je sais pas ce qu'on va découvrir, mais j'espère qu'ensemble, on va passer un très bon moment. Apparemment, le jeu joue beaucoup sur les émotions. Les reviews disent qu'il y en a pas mal qui ont pleuré. Alors, je suis sensible sur certains films, donc faudrait pas que ça me fasse chialer quand même. Le truc, c'est que vous pourrez pas me voir en webcam, tout simplement. Pourquoi ? Parce que le jeu utilise la webcam et le clignement des yeux. Donc quand il faudra, je désactiverai la webcam sur eh bien, OBS, tout simplement pour pouvoir prendre la pleine possession du jeu. Allez, on va lancer la nouvelle partie. Écoutez, je sais pas dans quoi on va dans ce qu'on va tomber, je ne sais pas du tout. Alors, le jeu utilise la détection oculaire en mode interaction principale. Sectionnez votre webcam. Ah, vous me verrez peut-être du coup sur la webcam. Ça a l'air de bugger. Bon, je vais désactiver la webcam du coup sur OBS. Hop là, elle est désactivée. Alors là, on va voir si je mets ça. Suivant. Portez-vous des lunettes? Non. Assurez que votre visage est éclairé uniformément et que vos yeux sont visibles. Ah mais là ça marche pas du coup. Attends, on va relancer pour voir puisque peut-être d'avoir désactivé la webcam entre temps qu'il était en train de charger, ça a fait bugger. Allez, nouvelle partie. On règle ça, tout ça. Bon, on va normalement vivre une aventure incroyable. Ah bah j'ai ma... Oh coucou. On voit mon fond vert, incroyable. Ok, ça a marché. Alors, portez-vous des lunettes? Non. Assurez-vous que votre visage est éclairé uniformément et que vos yeux sont bien visibles. Bon, ils sont à peu près bien visibles. Positionnez votre visage pour que la boîte reste verte. Ok. Là, je suis trop haut. Là, je suis trop bas. Je suis trop bas, là. Là, je suis parfait, c'est bon. Positionnez votre visage pour que la boîte reste verte. Le cercle en dessous devrait se remplir lorsque vous clignez des yeux. Bon, ça va. Faut pas que je bouge trop, mais c'est ok. Peut-être que je peux remonter un petit peu la caméra. Ah non, justement, vaut mieux qu'elle soit plus basse, apparemment. Ok, ça clean, c'est bon. Ok. Calibrer la sensibilité. Regardez votre écran et clignez plusieurs fois des yeux. Je calibre. Wow. Tous les clignements enregistrés. Si la détection oculaire cesse de bien fonctionner, appuyez sur la barre espace à tout moment pour recalibrer. Ok, bah c'est parti. Écoutez, j'ai envie de vivre une aventure de folie. Où est-ce qu'on est ? Vous voyez, chaque fois que vous clignerez les... Ah, je cligne pas beaucoup des yeux. Ok, j'ai compris comment ça fonctionne, ouais. Essayez de cligner les yeux sur le symbole blanc. Si vous voyez un métronome, clignez des yeux. Vous avancez dans le temps. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça ?
That's mine.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? I asked you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you, if that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that.
Je te comprends, mon petit.
Blinking genius. I knew you were special. You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? Better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there? Big, scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life, from prow to stir. Now if she's impressed, I get paid the big coin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well, we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts. Unsatisfactory. Clock watchers. I got some words for you.
Complètement ravagé, lui. Puis il lui manque une oreille en plus.
Sorry you had to hear that. Ooh. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. So, just think back to the very beginning, the first thing that you can remember. I'm gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, all right? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works.
Ok, donc il y a des moments, j'imagine, il faudra pas que je cligne des yeux si je veux rester dans des pièces.
Now, the next time
Je me
that you
concentre.
blink, I'm gonna send you back. And don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it.
Ok, donc là je cligne pas des yeux. Ah, j'ai cligné, putain, sans faire exprès.
And just try to enjoy it this time.
Je suis le pire. En même temps, on cligne sans faire exprès. Ok.
Look at that sun.
Peut-être vous montez
We've
juste
got
un
a
petit peu le son.
long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Well, I get that.
Putain, c'est terrible, j'ai cligné des yeux, j'essaie de pas cligner des yeux. Donc là, on doit être à la plage avec notre maman. Je peux avancer ou pas du tout? Non, je peux pas, pour l'instant, je peux pas bouger.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's called an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree, covered in flowers.
Je me retiens.
We'll have to keep.
Putain, mais c'est pas possible. C'est trop
Day
dur.
really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Now, where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
Okay. Go ahead, kid.
little hand.
Non, non.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
Merde. C'est terrible.
Oh, you want to play along with mommy, don't you?
Je suis le pire des...
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
C'est terrible parce qu'au final, c'est vrai que la vie
I
passe
like
en un
the
clin
music.
d'œil et que... L'analogie est belle, tu peux tout faire, le temps s'arrêtera pas, quoi.
Look at his little face.
J'essaie de résister vraiment, de pas
What do you
cligner, hein,
think he's
c'est...
thinking about?
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not. I mean, we're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be. Necessarily.
You're right. No. You're right.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand. Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot.
Pour l'instant, on revit notre enfance tranquillement, mais ça passe très vite, hein.
Hey, we do not throw things in this house. If you're mad that you aren't good enough yet, you'll just have to keep working at it. You know, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what you have in your head. You'll be a real artist. Unlike your poor mom.
Scrapbook.
See? That used to be my piano.
Mhm.
My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first. I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir. Never said anything, though. He was what you might call the strong, silent type.
Putain, non.
Hey, Benny.
Je voulais
Are
continuer
you
à
ready
savoir
to see
l'histoire de ma
something
mère.
really special?
I just don't want him to get attached. Richard,
What?
this is the
Oh,
cutest thing I've ever seen.
un chaton.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
C'est
We
mimine.
can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take him. But while he's here, I say we call him Ernie. Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so sweet. I think someone likes his new cat.
Richard,
What?
his cat?
Yeah, I just mean, for now. Of course, we're not gonna keep him.
Right. I believe that. I know where this is going.
For now, honey.
Le fameux chat que personne
thing
n'a
I'll-
gardé et qu'on a. Oh non. Ah. Notre mère est bien allergique.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. But that one sounds sad, doesn't it? amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Terrible les
Sound
allergies au
like
chat.
me and your little friend on your piano there.
Bon, on semble encore assez petit. Hein. Ah.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain
Ah bah bravo, le
gravitas,
professeur qui chope son
you
élève.
know, which I very quickly lost.
Il y avait mis un... C'était quoi? Instructeur Richard Brin.
God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful. Where would you want to go if you could only go to one? Now, you know the ancient Egyptians believed
Putain, mais c'est pas vrai de cligner des yeux, bordel. C'est terrible. Oh, on est assez grand pour jouer sur le piano de maman. On voit pas notre corps.
Wait, is that... That's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Sure, but you know anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
Terrible. Lui grandit pas tellement que ça.
Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Waouh.
I already did.
Oh, thank God. For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Focus on the interview, honey.
On a 5 ans. Mais je dessine comme aujourd'hui.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will
Oh,
literally be on your desk when you get in.
Henri.
What could possibly happen to the files between now and
Oh,
tomorrow?
le level.
We are fine.
Putain, mais tout passe tellement
Is he
vite.
coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
Il est quand même grand là. Il y a la litière là, Mimine. Là.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
Ah ok, c'est Papy qui vient alors.
You know, my father once told me,
Welcome home,
when I was
Dad.
about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose, if you made a work of genius. I haven't seen him in over 10 years. Can you believe that? I wonder if he'll even recognize me.
Quand même, tu reconnais toujours ta fille. Go répondre, hein. Oh punaise, je vais essayer de pas cligner des yeux. C'est pas vrai ça. Je suis vraiment le pire. Hein.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
Bon, on a nos cours de piano. J'aurais bien aimé savoir qui.
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
C'était pas bien? Je trouve que j'ai très bien joué au piano là.
There you go, buddy. Okay, now keep a firm
J'ai
grip
pas
on
vu
it,
si
just
papy
like
était venu à la
that.
maison.
Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal.
Ah, je peux prendre des
Sorry,
photos?
buddy. Turn around, L, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Ah, elle joue plus du piano, elle a l'air d'être mise dans un travail. Je pense qu'elle rêvait d'être artiste et que malheureusement, elle cherchait du travail. À un moment donné, on a vu justement qu'elle était sur une recherche d'emploi, donc possible qu'elle ait laissé tomber son rêve de devenir artiste.
Ernie, buddy,
Ernie!
Ernie.
Ernie, we need you!
Oh, God, L, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What?
Oh, on a
Did you
perdu
just
notre
say?
chat.
No, I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty!
God, honey, I'm worried too.
I know, sweetie.
Ernie,
Ernie ou Henri?
kid, come to Papa. I know you're mad about.
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But
Comment ça, c'est une fille?
Ernie's a boy.
And you're sure about that?
I thought I was.
Uh-huh.
On dirait
And
ça.
that was based on...
Pee-hole distance.
Say that one more time, sweetie.
combien,
Pee-hole
là?
distance
Ah,
from
c'est
the
bien.
butt. If it's further away or something, then it's one or the other.
And what was Ernie's? I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. It just happened.
Bah alors Henry, on est parti pour se faire le quartier
He
là?
keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
What's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love it.
Trop bien le truc de Toy Story. Waouh! Visite Australia. Moi j'ai eu la chance quand même avec ma mère, même si elle va élever seule, de quand même pas mal voyager, notamment dans les pays d'Afrique. Bon, Afrique du Nord, mais j'ai pu voyager. C'était quand même des moments cool. Ne pas cligner des yeux. Ne pas cligner des yeux. Oh non!
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex, but just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
Halloween, octobre, 31.
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
Décembre.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Je suis un véritable professionnel.
Okay.
The quiz said find the zero, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Ah!
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, everything is wrong with that.
Ah, tout faux. Toujours la même maison, on a bien changé.
Congratulations, B. First of I'd assume.
I want that box full by the time I come
Ah ouais, on
in there.
grandit vite.
If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Ouais, quand on donne ses jouets. C'est vrai que c'est là où on sent qu'on grandit petit à petit. Quand je revoyais mes Action Man, moi c'était un peu ça. Hein. Je me disais, bon, je les donne, je les file.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down and I'll drive it back with you up there.
You're not my house. You're not.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Chloé semble triste d'avoir déménagé.
Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, come play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here.
Ah, je veux bien,
Mr.
ouais, je veux bien
Camera
venir
Boy,
jouer avec toi,
I'm
Chloé.
talking to you.
Genre avec la caméra. Non, mais c'était juste des photos. Hein. Plus lent, je pense.
Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Quiet, everyone. Benny's about to play for us.
On va jouer un morceau là? La pression devant tout le monde.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
He's a professor.
Of what?
Well, no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
It's maritime archaeology.
Very cool.
But no one really knows what it means.
Unknown legend.
It's kind of one of those professions that stops a dinner party short.
Okay, more wine?
I'll have a little more wine, please.
Nah, what a show.
Ça va, j'ai
The
bien fait.
class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Oh, Chloé. Qu'est-ce qu'elle nous a écrit? Cher enfant voisin bizarre. On est dans la même classe, quelle coïncidence, garde à l'esprit qu'on est à l'école. On ne se connaît pas, ne me laisse pas la parole, jamais bisous
I
Chloé.
want
Ah bah,
each of
merci
you to
Chloé.
write it down. Not doodle on the sidelines, not
Those
stare
who
off
cannot
into
remember the
space.
past are condemned to repeat it. Ceux qui oublient le passé se condamnent à le revivre.
Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide. Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course.
Je
Come on, dude. Help me out.
vais t'aider.
So, those who do not remember the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed it.
Mais non!
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
C'est quoi? On a 11 ans!
Little guys are pretty
Yeah,
neat,
une
though.
console de jeu!
Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to
Je
think
veux
of
voir
that
le
crap.
boulot du mec qui est payé pour imaginer toutes ces choses. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Un nouveau conche battant fait son entrée. Enfin, vos conches battants favoris sont prêts au combat sur Playscape. Ah, mais c'est genre les Pokémon! Trop bien. Merci les parents. J'ai commencé avec la Game Boy et Pokémon version rouge. Hein.
you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know
Oh,
what
c'est
I'd
plutôt
do
un Animal
without
Crossing,
old
alors.
Benny.
Very sweet.
Thank you for playing his game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up. I really want this one. Maybe I'll use tickle stick.
Ah oui, on est devenu vraiment très bon quand même.
Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more different stuff.
Je pourrais te
Not
dessiner, toi?
me, though.
Ah bah non, elle dit pas moi.
It's called a magnet
Ça
school.
s'appelle un pôle solaire d'attraction.
It's about an hour away.
C'est 1 heure
in a
d'ici
town
dans une ville de
called
Burton.
Burton.
Ah, elle nous a inscrits
I
dans
know
un
the
conservatoire.
change can be scary, but I
Je
just
sais
want
que
you
c'est
to
changé,
go
c'est
in
inquiétant, mais je veux
and
que
meet
tu
the dean
rencontres le
I
doyen
spoke
avec qui
with.
j'ai parlé.
You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something. It's just, you've had so much trouble making friends at Playco.
Il y a Chloé là
I
qu'on
want you
aime
at a
bien.
place where people really get you.
Non, Chloé, on commence à être potes là.
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Non. Je veux rester à la maison.
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an...
Ah, en fin d'année, ça me va. Punaise, j'ai cligné des yeux. Ah, on est déjà de retour?
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying
J'ai
it.
jamais su lire des
Just
partitions.
like to see
J'ai
you
toujours
really
appris
rise to the
à
occasion,
l'oreille les
just
sons,
this once.
ou vraiment en
I wish I
mimétisme.
had the option of going to a
Parce qu'on
school
joue de la
like
guitare
that
depuis
when I
15
was
ans,
your
mais
age.
c'est vrai
I
que
wouldn't
ça,
be
je suis
working
vraiment
this
admiratif
boring
de ceux qui
job or
peuvent
living
lire
in this
ces
boring
choses-là.
town, I'll tell you that.
J'imagine que dans leur tête, ils enfin, chiffonner. On va pas le chiffonner. Ça a l'air de tenir quand même à un moment. Rappelle-toi qu'aujourd'hui est le premier jour du reste de ta vie. Jour avant l'audition, 30.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Je veux regarder, moi. C'est Chloé en plus qui m'appelle. Ah, nos parents nous poussent beaucoup en tout cas. Est-ce que c'est une bonne chose ou pas?
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
J'ouvre à Chloé. J'ai ouvert à Chloé.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is
Hey,
Amamet. And she's
Mr.
got-
Kid.
and yes, that's a she.
Look
The
at it.
head of a
Elle nous a écrit
crocodile,
une lettre.
fur of a
Trop bien.
lion. See,
Ce soir, après que
And
mon
the
père
body
aura
of the
été se coucher, je vais me
hippopotamus.
faufiler dehors et aller dormir sur la plage. Tu veux une invitation?
would not
Dessine-moi
say that
Monsieur
to
Isaac
her
avec l'air
face.
constipé.
now, as you can see, she is ready to devour any of
Oh
the
oui, le dessin.
do not pass judgment.
Ew, why is he so scared looking?
Okay, I'll call.
Mince, j'ai cligné des yeux. Ça m'a fait rire.
Slightly worried about having him change
Je suis
schools.
un peu inquiet qu'il change
Yeah,
d'école
he's
juste après
starting to make
cette enfant.
friends.
Ah non, je veux pas changer de...
the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't
C'est demain
claim
l'audition.
to understand the motives of children. but I-
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something.
Ah, il se dispute du fait que mon père...
But I don't think you actually really...
que mon père veut me laisser, on va dire, vivre ma vie d'enfant et ma mère qui veut vivre ses rêves à travers moi. Bon, le souci, c'est que c'est demain l'audition. Donc si je sors, je pense que je la rate. Hein.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Est-ce qu'on a vraiment envie d'aller à ce conservatoire?
Tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny,
J'ai pas l'impression.
Martha,
Hein.
turn the lights off.
Non, pas maman dit, c'est vrai, ça c'est tellement les parents. Ah, elle nous appelle. Faut qu'on réponde. Sortir discrètement, essayer de te dormir. On va aller voir Chloé.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I
Eh oh,
apologize.
pas un
Okay,
bébé nous.
so meet me out in the alley in T minus now, okay? Chloe out.
Yeah. Ah, elle s'est mise comme
You
une
know,
momie.
I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Kongsters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a
C'était bien
cash
Pokémon.
grab. So I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game. But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much. We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like, my favorite vegetable is the tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever. And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most, which was also something I wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone. So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of
Elle est en
ways.
train de nous dire qu'elle est amoureuse de nous ou bien?
I think I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me talk. My
Toujours
dad
écouter les
does,
filles.
but I can tell he's not really listening.
Je me concentre beaucoup pour pas cligner des yeux. Une dernière lettre. Stay here, il y a marqué. Mince, je me suis...
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night.
Ah, elle sait.
You're already feeling sick, aren't you?
Non, ça va aller, ça va
It's
aller.
okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. We're going to be there soon.
Ok, je dors.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are
J'ai la
very
pression.
excited to
J'ai la
hear.
pression, faut pas que je me rate. Ma mère s'est terriblement déçue. Ok. Bac. Ok, ça va vite, hein. On est trop fatigué.
Oh,
C'est une
okay,
catastrophe.
okay. I think that's enough. So, Benjamin,
on a raté.
why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes? As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may.
On dirait que la...
Maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned into my own father. I don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
C'est difficile ce qu'elle dit quand même. C'est pas simple, pas simple. Être
You
moyen
wanna
partout,
home
c'est
from
dur.
School for a while, just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo, okay?
Qu'est-ce que je fous là, moi? Je peux pas regarder, là? Ah, si. Y'a rien d'autre à faire. J'espère qu'on va pas... On est malade?
He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a while means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? On est malade? On est où? Ah, on est à la plage où on était avec avec Chloé. Il n'y a plus personne. On est venu.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Ouais, pourquoi? Mais pourquoi on fait l'école à la maison? Ce serait bien de nous le dire. Ouais. On peut pas jouer aux jeux vidéo. On semble pas très grand, hein. Lol. Ah, ça fonctionne bien la détection oculaire, hein, je peux te le dire, parce qu'à chaque fois ça passe les trucs. Hein. Mais la vie passe en un clin d'œil. Je pense que c'est vraiment ça le truc. Oh, oui, d'accord.
He's drawing. He's becoming completely obsessed.
Il est devenu complètement obsédé par la peinture.
Wasn't your son eating with us, Al? No. You mean young Vincent? Well, ever since he got sick, all he does is make art.
Waouh, magnifique.
What about his piano?
Incroyable le dessin.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Candidat à l'école d'art, question numéro 3 en 2 courts paragraphes, décrivez la raison pour laquelle vous souhaitez suivre une carrière artistique. Waouh, stylé.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art, you ponies! Oh.
Le gars est quand même tendu. Hein. Ça te plaît là? Ah! Ouais, mais là on est sur un pervers là.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are.
Voilà, tiens, tu vas le prendre ça ton truc.
It's very zany, very kitsch.
Ouais.
Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists.
On va te faire. On peut pas se casser de là? Pourquoi on est obligé de le peindre lui?
There you go, Mr. Bryn. Feel each shape.
Ah ouais.
I want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
Mais quel âge on a là? Parce que c'est un peu malsain le bordel, hein.
You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
Ah, masterpiece, ouais. J'aurais pas vu ça comme ça, mais... Bon, du coup, on est devenu artiste. Et Chloé, dans tout ça, on n'a plus de nouvelles.
I'm stunned. The ironic
Ah oui, on doit être
sincerity
quand même
of
assez
this is
plus
so
âgé déjà. Hein.
Sincerely ironic.
He's flipped the discourse so thoroughly, I'm actually dizzy.
Se touche sur un dessin.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, open the door. Making a living isn't selling out.
On vit dans notre propre appart là? Ouais, super, on mange des vieilles pâtes comme ça.
Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been prouder.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Bah quand même. Hein. Signer le contrat, chiffonner le contrat.
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
J'ai envie de te le lancer.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are.
Hors de question que je signe un contrat, moi. Allez, Chin. Autodidacte forever.
Ah, this is divine. So, now that you've grown your wings, tell me, young master.
Où est-ce que ça va mener? J'aimerais bien revoir Chloé, là. On est où, là? Ah, je suis en train de perdre... Ah, je suis en train de peindre les pyramides. Incroyable.
Honey, stop. Is that Benjamin Brin?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
Ah oui. Ah oui, là. J'espère que vous noterez bien mes dessins, quand même.
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out, and...
Et t'es quand même devenu riche, mais c'est... Ouais.
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while.
Oh putain, la maman qui a un cancer, là.
I don't want you worrying about it
Non mais si, je vais répondre, là.
Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up. There's nothing you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting, keep striving. You make that work of true genius. I can just tell you're almost there. So, I'm going to hang up the phone now, and you're just gonna get back to work, okay?
Ouais, bon. Super, quoi. Notre maman qui est malade.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world my
terrible.
wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. Huh.
Putain.
Go on, B. Say something. What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Hey, you. As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody is asking me. What's going on with Benjamin Brin? And what am I supposed to say? That I haven't heard from my star pupil in 6 months? This is getting ridiculous. You are a snake. You are a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease.
Quel enculé ce professeur.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell ya. I think I'm selling the house.
Oh non. Je peux répondre là?
She's everywhere here, son. I
Oh,
can't
terrible.
move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again.
Terrible.
Pick whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping
Quand
to
tu vis
finally
toute
live
ta vie,
without
c'est
all
le
the
début
clutter.
de comment ça s'appelle
Ah,
du dessin animé
I'm just so
Pixar là,
glad you
là-haut
got
qui
to
est
speak to her
terrible
one
aussi.
last time. I know she told you not to pick up the phone, but well, I'm just so happy that you did.
She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her.
Je garde.
What's that? That's so fascinating, son.
On a gardé la maison du coup? Ou là on est en train de peindre dans la maison? Peut-être les coquillages qu'on avait ramassés. Avec son bouquin d'enfance.
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in there.
C'est trop dur de garder les yeux ouverts. Le passage du jour, inspiré par l'œuvre de sa défunte mère, la compositrice Elle Fishman, relativement inconnue dans son vivement, Brin a mis sur le devant de la scène son incroyablement talent et l'a sortie de l'obscurité avec la création de cette œuvre. Elle est dorénavant considérée comme une des plus grandes compositrices de son époque.
I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down
Yeah.
for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something?
Ça revient parce que je suis
I'd
connu,
really
c'est ça?
love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now, would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Qu'est-ce qui nous est arrivé? Comment on a pu mourir?
Woo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift.
Ok.
Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
Plutôt seul.
His childhood was a lonely one, growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town.
N'a pas l'air dû d'avoir une enfance malheureuse.
What'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant?
Compositrice.
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your...
Exigeante.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could. And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love? But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all
On aurait pu
night with
peut-être
his
devenir un
first
grand
love
compositeur.
and blowing it the next day. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right? See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You mucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je me demande bien où est-ce qu'il nous amène là quand même. Je me demande. Pour l'instant, il faut avouer que là, ça a été dur. Hein. Le décès de la maman, là, ça n'a pas été facile à vivre. Vous avez pas la cam, donc vous pouvez pas voir. Mais bon, si je cligne des yeux vite, c'est que... Alors...
Once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Où est-ce qu'on va?
You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Ah, c'est une écluse, on est en train de monter.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
We're in this together.
Pourquoi il dit ça?
She'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Comment ça, il veut la vérité?
not this.
Ok.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Ouais.
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy?
Ok.
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move. This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Ah, il nous fait revivre les moments où on a cligné des yeux?
Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
J'essaye de les garder ouverts. Mais j'y arrive pas!
Let's try this again.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh, what is it?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
Ah, il est décédé. C'est bien ce qu'on avait compris quand même. On
You
l'avait
really need
deviné.
to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
One knee in it. This is eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need you to stay focused.
Qu'est-ce qu'il veut me faire voir, ce passeur?
I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
Ah oui, ce soir-là, on n'avait pas vu. Oh non. C'est Ellie qui s'est fait manger ou les bébés qui se sont fait manger? C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas eu la suite.
Keep your eyes
J'essaye
open.
de garder les yeux ouverts. C'est tellement dur.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Ah, cette soirée-là, elle était bien.
Which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out.
Stay here.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this. We need to move.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
Ok, j'avance. Qu'est-ce qu'il veut me montrer?
You sure you staying engaged?
Try to speak a little softer. I really don't want him to hear us talking.
Ah, quand ils avaient parlé qu'on n'avait pas entendu? J'ai cligné des yeux.
And one more time.
Staying engaged?
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
Qu'est-ce qu'on doit voir?
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. But it's okay.
Comment ça si je...
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs.
Ah, c'est le soir, d'accord, le fameux soir.
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end.
Qu'est-ce qu'il essaie de me dire?
I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Ce serait véritablement incroyable de revivre des moments comme ça, du passé, si clairement.
Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
Ah, mais autant on a révi...
Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear. Story of who you're going to become, okay?
Ah, on a écrit la vie qu'on a rêvé d'avoir, mais on a dû mourir. Ça sent le... Ça sent pas le bon trip, là. Ah, c'est ce qu'on a dit au passeur, du coup. Donc on a vécu une enfance un peu seule. Son enfance fut solitaire, celle d'un enfant étrange et discret dans un petit village côtier isolé. Sa mère était une compositrice. Et comme elle devait supporter sa famille, elle a pris un job de comptable. Ok.
Man, this is wild.
Ah, Chloé.
You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition,
Oh non, elle va savoir que je suis amoureuse d'elle.
dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day. First love? Okay, Benny. And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night. But I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night, if that makes sense. Okay, back to the story. He'd loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. Man, you take your doodle seriously. I did not realize, but I respect it. I respect it. I do.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
Ouais, pas de souci, hein, tu peux lire. Hein.
I can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
Ah ben.
Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you. Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story.
Ah oui, bah oui, elle est morte dans mon histoire.
I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Things like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff.
Mince. Cligner des yeux. Je sais pas si on a écrit sur l'histoire de notre mort. Benjamin était un nul. C'était le pire des Brines à avoir vécu, il n'a même pas combattu la maladie. Il est juste attendu et s'est laissé mourir. Comment ça ?
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
I'm up. What's going on?
I think he's unconscious. Call the paramedics now!
Okay, I'm doing it.
La lumière est où ?
I'm gonna hold your hand. You feel that? That's me. That's your mom. That's mom. Sweetie, I'm here with you.
C'est terrible.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Ok, c'était
Thank
pas
you
la
so
fin de notre
much.
vie.
You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one.
Ah ouais, là on est en train de sombrer petit à petit. Hein. Super.
Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now. Yes, I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too. Yeah, man, that's all I got.
Ah, Chloé.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What? You're too scared to talk to me?
Mais non.
Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. Not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just her little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Quoi? Je suis dans ma chambre d'hôpital. Qu'est-ce que je fous là? Ah non, elle est venue.
Plan B. She's listening.
J'ai cligné des yeux sans m'en rendre compte, encore une fois, quoi. La vie passe trop vite. Laissez-moi un peu de temps encore pour profiter. Jeudi. Ah, les machines sont là. Oh, Henry, qui au final est une femelle.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love.
Get well soon, nice.
She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
I'm getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
Oh, I think you're right.
Chloé, 25 appels manqués. Ce serait peut-être temps d'appeler, hein.
She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Elle appelle qui là? 25 appels manqués, je peux pas la rappeler là? Ce truc se rapproche de plus en plus, bordel.
Oh my god, you're
Ah.
an idiot.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Je suis un idiot.
You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But What are you looking at?
Je regarde les
Don't
étoiles.
look up there. Look at me. I'm
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
talking to you.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
I want to give you something. But I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Non, je vais attendre un peu. Je vais attendre. Je profite de Chloé un petit peu plus. Ah. Tu es mon premier amour. Oh, trop mignon. Non, j'ai cligné des yeux, je suis vraiment le pire. Non, je voulais voir. Oh, tout devient dur. Ouais, je peux même plus rien prendre.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
On est dans le dur là. On est dans le dur. On n'arrive plus à manger. Mon téléphone. Ah, je peux même plus. Ah, l'horreur.
I can't breathe.
I know. It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
J'essaye, mais j'y arrive pas.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. Ugh. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think. There she is. Wish me luck.
Qu'est-ce qu'il va lui demander?
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
La vraie, du coup.
I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a
composer, or
no,
at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick
and was forced to stay inside for an entire
year. And
that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough.
So he made up a story of the great life he thought
he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new
home with light and joy.
Promise. How he met
a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world, and he made her feel okay.
And how, even
when he was sick, he still
his parents' hope.
How he reminded them
exactly who they were after they
had almost forgotten. So when he was
going to go, he was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
Why is he smiling like that?
He must be somewhere that he likes.
Waouh. Eh ben, c'était terrible, hein. La fin, c'est... Ouh là 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 là. Ouf. Ah, je regrette pas d'y avoir joué, c'était incroyable. Je vais baisser un petit peu le son. Hop là. Voilà, tranquillement. Oh, le jeu était incroyable. Incroyable. Beaucoup d'émotions en tout cas. J'ai été vraiment plongé pendant 1h30 dans l'histoire, quoi. C'était complètement fou. Bon, ça m'a énormément touché. Je vais forcément vous dire d'y jouer avant d'avoir vu cette vidéo. Donc je vous le dirai sur Twitter. Je vous en parlerai forcément de faire le jeu avant de voir cette vidéo, parce que ça serait dommage de vous cacher ce jeu incroyable. Je mettrai une review, j'en mets jamais, mais franchement là c'était fou. Véritablement incroyable. Bon, c'était super cool, super cool, vraiment. Un jeu comme on n'en voit pas souvent, et des jeux franchement, mais enfin c'est la chance aujourd'hui de vivre aussi dans une époque où on peut partager des jeux comme ça qu'on n'aurait jamais pu voir il y a des années. Et waouh, c'était véritablement plein d'émotions, bien en fait. Le principe de fermer les yeux et tout, c'est top. Ça t'embarque, ça te met, t'essaies de lutter, de jouer contre ça, mais au final tu peux pas, parce que cligner des yeux c'est pas possible. Un peu comme le temps de la vie qui passe et tu peux rien y faire. Ouais, forcément, après, l'histoire est complètement bien écrite, remplie de rebondissements, mais aussi de choses très belles. Beaucoup de métaphores, et c'était vraiment super, c'était vraiment super. Bon, comment on fait du coup? On va terminer là-dessus. Écoutez, je vais vous quitter. On se retrouvera pour d'autres jeux comme ça. Si ça vous a plu, en tout cas, n'hésitez pas à mettre un pouce bleu. Surtout à aller, si vous avez pas encore joué au jeu. Mais bon, maintenant, je veux dire, en même temps, faire le jeu après, je sais pas si ça vaut le coup. Mais pourquoi pas aussi. Peut-être qu'il y a des choses différentes, qu'on peut voir d'autres choses. Je sais pas s'il y a plusieurs fins. Je sais pas du tout comment ça peut se passer. Mais en tout cas, voilà, vraiment des jeux... Il y a des jeux qui sont vraiment excellents à découvrir, des petites pépites comme ça. Et c'est un plaisir de les faire avec vous, de les partager. J'espère que t'as bien aimé, que t'as kiffé. Parce que moi, ça a été le cas. Donc, tout ce que je vais dire, c'est souhaiter une bonne journée, une bonne nuit, peu importe le moment laquelle tu rates cette vidéo. Et bon, ça fait relativiser plein de choses. Hein. C'est vrai que des jeux comme ça, tu vois, un peu comme une leçon de vie, t'as envie de profiter, de te dire, bon, il y a certaines choses où tu te prends la tête, qui sont pas forcément... qui sont pas forcément essentielles, ou au final, nous, ça nous prend la tête dans notre vie à nous, mais on pourrait facilement passer l'éponge, ou passer au-dessus, et passer à autre chose, et se dire, bon, allez, ça, de toute façon, j'ai pas d'emprise, j'ai pas de prise, voilà, on n'a qu'une vie, faut se faire kiffer, on n'a pas de temps à perdre, parce que tout autour de nous passe tellement vite, les parents, les enfants, donc profitez. Merci, et à très vite pour de nouvelles vidéos. Ciao, ciao.